Hi, I'm Brandon Naidu. I'm a drug crimes lawyer here in San Diego, California. What I want to talk to you about today is drug crimes that result in the death of another person. It's no secret that fentanyl is all over the news. San Diego has been severely impacted by the fentanyl trade due to our close proximity to the Mexican border, which is where most of the illegal fentanyl is pouring over. The San Ysidro border is the busiest land crossing, I believe, in the world at this point. And so we are combating a lot of fentanyl and a lot of death cases. So you can imagine that the prosecution, both at the state and federal level, is taking this extremely seriously, and they are being very aggressive in how they prosecute cases, not just involving fentanyl, but any narcotic that is distributed by a dealer that is resulting in the overdose death of their client or purchaser. We recently had a case that it involved a couple who was addicted to fentanyl, who ran out of money essentially and went to their dealer and said, listen, we're going through withdrawals. We need more fentanyl, but we don't have the means to pay. And so, as is typical, their dealer coerced them into making a delivery to another drug user in exchange for them getting their fix of fentanyl. Well, what happened was the person they delivered that fentanyl to used it, overdosed, and died. And what happened was all three individuals, the couple, which were our clients, and the drug dealer, were all charged under the felony murder rule for causing the death of another person by distribution of drugs. However, the felony murder rule, which has been around, and we can talk about this at length in another video, but it essentially says that if you are an active participant in an inherently dangerous felony that can result in somebody's death and somebody in fact does die, you can be charged with murder. Now, that has been severely limited recently by the U.S. Supreme Court, California Supreme Court, and other appellate divisions. However, that has not stopped prosecutors from getting creative in how they will charge you if they can link you to the sale or distribution of a drug that resulted in somebody's death. What ends up typically happening is someone is charged at the state level. The prosecutors, the district attorney's office, will spend a lot of time building up the case. And once that case is built up, it is not uncommon for the federal government and federal prosecutors to swoop in at the last minute and take the case into federal land, removing it from the state court and dismissing those charges, where now even the non-dealer is facing the federal mandatory minimum sentencing guidelines of 20 years to potentially a life sentence in prison simply for passing one drug from a dealer to another person who then subsequently died. These are very serious cases. They are being aggressively prosecuted here in San Diego. So if you or a loved one that you know has been charged with distribution of a narcotic resulting in the death of another person, it's very important that you give us a call so that we can discuss all of your options and put forward a defense strategy that will result in the best possible results for our clients. So give us a call, 619-577-0868.